Chapter 7. Everyone woke early on Christmas Day. Hannah and Zach were desperate to open their stockings, and Mom and Dad had to start cooking Christmas dinner. Grandma was coming, and their other grandma and grandpa, Uncle Mark and his family, Hannah and Zach's 3 little cousins. Dad had bought an enormous turkey. Oscar was sitting by the oven looking hopeful. It smelled so good. Hannah was really looking forward to seeing her cousins again, but she was worried about Oscar. Jamie, Tara, and Phoebe were all very young. Phoebe was only 2, like Zach, and they weren't really used to dogs. Hannah had a horrible feeling that they would be chasing Oscar around and trying to hug him all day, and he wasn't going to like it. Luckily, Oscar loved his Christmas present from her. It was a really big, chewy bone, and that distracted him for a while, even when Uncle Mark and all the children arrived. But then they spotted Oscar lying on his cushion. "Hello, doggy!" Phoebe squealed. "Oh!" Tara cried excitedly. "Can I play with him?" Tara didn't even wait for an answer. She ran straight at Oscar and sat down on his cushion next to him. Oscar jumped back in horrified surprise. One minute he'd been happily chewing on his new bone, and the next minute somebody was trying to grab it from him. He looked up at Hannah, pleadingly begging her to rescue him. "Tara, Oscar's cushion is his special place," Hannah started to explain. "He doesn't like other people sitting on it." Tara became so sulky. "Don't boss me around," she told Hannah angrily. "I'm not," Hannah sighed. She gave Oscar a gentle pat, and he clambered off of his cushion and scuttled out into the hallway. Everywhere Oscar went that morning, Auntie Jess kept glancing nervously at him, or one of the cousins was grabbing at him, and then Uncle Mark accidentally kicked him where Oscar was sitting under the table hoping for a treat during Christmas dinner. Oscar ran out from under the table with a howl, and Hannah scooped him up and cuddled him. "You're having a bad day, aren't you, Oscar?" she murmured. "Poor sweetie. Mom, can I give Oscar a little bit of turkey, please, just to cheer him up?" Mom looked doubtful, but then she said, "Oh, I suppose, as a Christmas treat. But in his food bowl in the kitchen, Hannah, so he doesn't think he's being fed from the table." Hannah nodded and tried not to look guilty. She often slipped Oscar bits of food under the table. She knew she shouldn't, but it was hard to resist his puppy dog eyes. The turkey was the best part of the day for Oscar. It was delicious, and he forgot about the noisy, grabby children while he was wolfing it down. But as soon as Christmas dinner was over, he saw Jamie slipping down from his chair and reaching out to pet him. Oscar made a dash for it out of the living room, where Mom and Dad had set up a folding table for dinner. Out in the hallway, he made for his hiding place under the stairs, wriggling back to under a pile of coats. "Where did the dog go?" Jamie asked Hannah. Hannah crossed her fingers from behind her back. "I don't know," she told him. She didn't, actually. It wasn't a total lie, but she was pretty sure he was hiding under the stairs. Dad called Jamie to come back into the living room, telling everybody that a really good movie was about to start, and the little boy ran off. Hannah gave a relieved sigh. If she helped Mom finish up cleaning the table and everyone else was watching the movie, maybe she could sneak off and cuddle Oscar on his own, without any cousins or little brothers wanting to join in. Oscar lay there in the dark, remembering the taste of the turkey and wishing Hannah was there. But he didn't dare come out of his hiding place to find her. Hannah carried the last of the empty dessert bowls into the kitchen and piled them up next to all the other plates. "I'm just going to check on Oscar," she told her mom. "Oh, yes," Mom said. "He's not really enjoying all these people, is he? Do you want to stay in here with him for a bit? I don't think he'll want to go into the living room." "Won't Auntie Jess and Granny and Grandma and everyone think I'm being rude?" Hannah asked. Mom laughed. "I think they're all going to fall asleep watching this movie, Hannah. Since everybody's so full of food, it'll be fine." "Thanks, Mom." Hannah hugged her. Her mom hugged her back, but then let go quickly. "Oh no, what's Zach screaming about?" And she hurried off into the living room. Hannah sighed. Zach again. Just when she'd been having a nice moment with Mom, she padded out into the hallway, spotting Mom holding a still wailing Jack. Jamie and Tara were whining that they couldn't hear the movie, and Phoebe looked like she might join in the howling. Hannah squeezed herself into the alcove under the stairs and giggled as a chilly little nose poked out her hand. "You've got the right idea, Oscar," she murmured. "It's a nightmare out there." Oscar nuzzled her gratefully, feeling sure that she would protect him from the other children. He climbed into her lap and huffed out a satisfied little yawn. He was safe now that Hannah was with him. Hannah stroked him thoughtfully. "I'm a little squished under here, Oscar," she sighed, "but I really don't want to go and watch that movie with all the others." She could still hear Zach moaning, and Mom was sounding like she was losing patience. Then Hannah brightened, a smile curving her lips. "Let's go for a walk, Oscar, a special Christmas walk." Oscar scrambled down from her lap, his tail wagging. He knew what walk meant, and he definitely approved of that idea. "Let's go and ask Mom." Hannah hauled herself out of the gap under the stairs. But when she looked into the living room with Oscar peering around her legs, Zach's moan had progressed into a full-blown tantrum. Mom and Dad strode past her, Dad carrying Zach and Mom looking embarrassed and upset. It wasn't the time to ask about a walk. But Oscar was looking up at her so hopefully. Hannah frowned. I know. We'll leave a note for Mom on the kitchen table. I'm sure it'll be okay." She got Oscar's leash and bundled it up in her warmest clothes, putting on an extra pair of socks before stepping into her boots. The snow was thick out there. The living room door was partly open, and she could see Grandma asleep on the sofa with little Phoebe asleep on her. Hannah didn't want to wake them or disturb the others watching the movie. She wrote a quick note promising to be back soon and left it on the kitchen table. With a sudden excited smile, she took a couple of carrots from the fridge. Then she and Oscar slipped quietly out the front door. A few minutes later, Mom came down after settling Zach for a nap. She brought the appetizers out of the living room just in case Oscar tried to get at them, and she put down the plate on the kitchen table right on top of Hannah's note.